to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the 14th round of the ARCSOA DuPont Cup Series season number 10. For the past two seasons, Atlanta has hosted our finale, but not for this year, as we just came off a very interesting race at Road Atlanta. Lots of news coming into this week. Tross Motorsports has announced that they are not going to be returning to next season. Their assets, while still being kept, their team will not be funding any racing operations in 2014, well, for the rest of 2014. We are not sure why. They claim it's not for bankruptcy issues, and their information is scarce. Also, it has been announced that Day Motorsports will also not be returning next season. There are rumors of a merger with the Allen family, who expressed a couple of weeks ago that they were interested in buying one of the teams. So right now, it could seem like that the Vincent Allen, Alex Allen, the entire racing family could be buying the Day Motorsports cars next year. Fuel Brothers Racing has also announced that they will be running only a part-time schedule next year. Fuel Brothers Racing is going to be backing out with a full-time schedule after this season, and Noah Hart and Jacob Hart and possibly Bear McWhirter will only be running in a select few races next year. So, some pretty big news coming out of that. We haven't heard much more about the Red Bull fine. We are hearing that they actually are trying to pay it. They're actually trying to pay that $100,000 fine for Retro Racing Enterprises. Outside of that, not much news for the entire lawsuit. So let's head to the green flag. Michael Block and Seth Cole leading the green flag here at Road Atlanta. I said that completely wrong. But green flag in the air. Michael Block finally getting a pole position this year as he springs off into the lead here. Daniel Day in the 71 right behind Matthew Fuller, Vincent Allen. Road Atlanta has been our finale for the past 2 years, but decided not to this year for reasons I don't know. But look at this, 3 wide for the lead. Oh man, Atlanta's always had some pretty crazy racing here, but we're 3 wide for the lead. Who will lead the first lap? It'll be Michael Block. Oh man, that's like the first time Block's led since South Africa. And we're 3 wide all over the racetrack here. Vincent Allen up there fighting his way forward. And this is quite hectic so far. Our points leader Dylan Young wrecked in the first lap of Road Atlanta last week, and it allowed Eugene Max, who you can see back there behind Richard Johnson. So Dylan Young, currently only exhibiting a few positions worth of a points lead, is now trying to rebound. And he's doing a good job here at Atlanta so far here in these first 3 laps. So we'll see if he can keep that points lead intact and make it better. But we got a long ways to go. Daniel Day has started pulling a gap on the field right now. This is one of Daniel Day's best tracks, he told us this weekend. He's had a lot of great runs here before, and he was very excited to come to here at Atlanta. Daniel Day definitely is probably one of the better cookie cutter racers for sure. He's won races at Atlanta and such, and here comes Sean Galligan out of nowhere in the 44. Unlike Sean Galligan, who's never really been known too much for his cookie cutter success. On board with Richard Johnson in the 20. He's in the top 10 right now. And definitely look at how hectic this field is so far. A lot of passing going on. There's Richard Johnson battling with Jason Trost here for 9th place. Oh boy, but this track does allow for both outside line and inside line passing. They're both pretty equal, which allows for some pretty good racing. A lot of side-by-side action here. Sean Galligan made the pass on the 71, but here comes Ian Duda on the 70 on the inside. Daniel Day fighting back as hard as he can right now. But Sean Galligan to the lead. Galligan currently sitting 17th in the points. As Day battling hard with the 70. Day sitting 4th in the points. He wants a really good run so he can start closing in on the points lead. And Sean Galligan is trying to get his second half of the season a lot more consistent than last. Oh boy, look at the move Michael Block made on Duda and the points leader. Oh man, that's 3 wide. That sometimes works. But Michael Block putting the moves on the 2 car. He knows he has to help. I mean, Block has just had a horrible year so far, points wise. He's been up at the front numerous times, but just never been able to get the good finishes on a consistent rate. And he knows that he has to help his teammate Zach Rogers start getting up there in the points. Roy Atlanta really killed their momentum. But doing a good job so far for this 29 team. I think everyone's trying to make sure that 2 cars get Dylan Young in 5th place right now. You can see the entire top 4. Well, you can see the top 4 in front of him here. Michael Block battling with Fuller, Daniel Day, Sean Galligan in front of him. But this number 2 car, they were very upset about what happened last week, and they're definitely making up for it. And look at the run Young got out there on the inside, goes to the outside. Could he make it 3 wide? He looks tempted to. Nope, thinks better of it. But then Dylan Young definitely going to be kind of a threat for this race. Our last winner here at Atlanta was Vincent Allen. He won in the season finale last year at Atlanta in a pretty decent finish. And this 91 car has been really fast all weekend. They definitely were saving I think Mopar was definitely saving up some of their best equipment for Atlanta, because I think they knew that Vincent Allen, who's won here before, would be strong here. This 91 car has been very, very impressive, and he's had a lot of decent runs. He probably was going to finish in the top 15 until he got involved in that wreck at Road Atlanta with Matt Duncan. And then Vincent Allen was visibly upset about that one. But this 91 team, I definitely got to say, they've been doing a lot better than with the equipment they've gotten. Mopar Dodge, in a test, found out they were the slowest Dodge team in the entire field. Their engines are worse than Team Thunder somehow, but yet they still remain decent overall. Maybe it's just the driver, and maybe it's just they're more consistent and less risk takers. And with Mopar Dodge low on funds, they're definitely something to look at. They definitely are probably one of the more underdog teams. This is back-to-back Atlanta races for the Hart brothers here, as in their home tracks, and they were horrible at Road Atlanta. They finished in the bottom 20 of the field, and it was very embarrassing for those guys. And Noah Hart knows he won the championship at this track last year. He knows he wants to get a really good run for his team in his home. And it definitely has been quite a difficult season for this Hart team. I mean, Noah Hart did start getting some good runs in the first half of the season, but this second half so far has been horrible. This is the gap for the lead right now. Galligan has been leading the last 20 laps against Daniel Day, but Day's still holding in there. Galligan's definitely shoved everything he can into his car. Eric Byrne won last week, so Huffman Motorsports looking for some back-to-back wins, and they are definitely possibly going to get that because both him and Eric Byrne have been incredibly fast. But Day Motorsports usually prides themselves on this track, so well, at least Daniel Day does. Kind of a surprise to see Nico Hall running all the way up here in 12th place. Ovals have definitely not been very good for Nico Hall ever since he joined the DuPont Cup Series last year. And this 07 team, they're fighting really hard right now. They had a really, really, really bad first half. They've scored, I don't even think, a single top 10. And this 07 team, they've been very, very inconsistent. However, this 12th position run so far, if they can keep this run up, they could possibly squeeze in a top 10. And with the All-Star race coming up in a couple of weeks, Nico Hall definitely needs to start improving some certain areas if he wants to have a good shot at the All-Star race. There are all the guys in the back right now. Chris Oliveira, if you can kind of see him in the back, he is in 42nd. However, a couple of guys I'm really surprised to see back here like this. Oh, Jack's coming down. Oh, pit stop time. Time for some pit stops. Yay. After pit stops, Sean Galligan would retain the lead by a pretty big margin. I can't even see the guy in second behind him. I'm not even sure who got second, but this 44 team got probably one of the best pit stops I've ever seen in my entire life. A 12.94 tire fuel pit stop. That has got to be a record of something for this team. Jacob Anthony transferred to 8th after those pit stops. That CBM pit crew got him really good so far. And Jacob Anthony, who had got a second place for Atlanta last week, definitely could be in the run for a top 5 this week if he can start moving forward a little bit faster, as he is running down the points leader. Lap third between Duda and Chris Washer. Chris Washer, definitely not one of his best seasons, I guess. Last couple of years, he's been in the top 10 in points pretty consistently, but not this year, as this 36 team has been struggling to put runs. Hellman's Racing has overall been having a just horrible year. Just very dreadful, I'd say. I mean, Jackson is 5th in the points, okay? I mean, that's pretty good. That's really good. But they can't win. And they're very inconsistent. And that's going to be saved for the other cars. Washer and Richard Johnson. Those guys have just not had any good runs at all this year. Seems like Jackson, the team owner, is putting all the good stuff in his own car. And definitely, and Chris Washer did stay. He said that he really, well, okay, I'm probably saying this really wrong, but Chris Washer in an interview is saying that he's intending to leave this team next year. So Chris Washer definitely is going to be, well, knowing Chris Washer, I think wow, I cannot speak today. Washer definitely does not look like he's going to be returning to Hellman's next year. On board with Jake Baskinger, who's trying to fight his way into the top 10. He's currently working with Alan Cavanero. They've been drafting each other since the pit stops. They've been drafting each other, pushing each other forward. Baskinger been supporting the 83. Baskinger did a really great job at Road Atlanta. I think he finished 10th, if I remember correctly. But Baskinger had a great run last week, and he's definitely fighting his way forward with Cavanero, as I've stated 10 seconds ago. We'll see if they can get a good finish here today. Washer moves to 2nd place. Him and Zach Rogers are bullets right now. They're half a second quicker than Galligan is, and they are really running that 44 car down. This 36 team, they are on the move. Fastest car on the track at the moment. We could be seeing a new leader. It's been caution-free so far today at Atlanta. Hopefully it stays that way. We don't like cautions. We don't like cautions much here. But Washer is gaining like crazy. He'll probably be the leader in the next 3 laps. Here comes Washer in the 36 on the inside. Toyota Mitsubishi, one-on-one. Galligan fighting back on the outside. Rogers supporting the 36. Washer takes the lead. He led that lap. Look at Day making it 3 wide for second here. It's a 4-car battle for the lead as Washer starts to pull away after getting by the 44. Rogers trying to clear the 44. He does, but he doesn't go to the outside like he probably should. New leader. Now fell to 19th on that pit stop. He's worked his way back up to 14th. This number 91 car definitely is not a quitter, as they are fighting as hard as they can as they see Hall, Fuller, and Burton up there. He knows that he can get by these guys easily, and we'll see how that goes here. Vincent Allen's a fighter. Still in 5th right now, battling with Dross for it. And this number 2 car has kept his way there. And DeMax, who's in 8th right now, is trying to run down the 2 car. Dylan Young definitely fighting hard to maintain his points lead today at Atlanta. And if things stay the same they are now, I think that DeMax is going to have a bit more of a gap to try and close up in these next couple of weeks. Second pit stops begin. Galligan and Daniel Day down to pit road. And we'll see how those pit stops go for them here. Off pit road, let's see where Chris Washer will transfer out. Oh man, he's not going to be leader anymore. Daniel Day, Sean Galligan blowing right by him. And Washer transfers back from 1st to 3rd after pit stops, and that is definitely not what he wanted. Oh, problems for DeMax. DeMax 2nd in the points. Get a problem in the 92 car. He was running in 8th. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Everybody trying to avoid. Oh, DeMax and a Richard Johnson. Oh, and a Cavanero. And this is a bad spot. Oh, big clip from Baskinger. DJ Curtis just killed the 92. 24, 98 in the 88 in the inside. Caution is out, and that is a horrifying crash. Replay from Cavanero's point of view. Oh my God. Oh, Cavanero had nowhere to go. Look at this. Oh my God. Replay. Oh my God. That was a lot of brutal hits, and oh my goodness. Look at Sanford. Sanford goes on his side for a moment. Fuller, Sanford, that's his teammate. That was a big, horrible crash. The 19. He couldn't do anything about this. Oh my God, that was I think that may have been the worst hit. DJ Curtis took a slam dunk. Jake Baskinger's top 15 day would run to an end with a huge slam into the 92. And you can see all the calamity. Folovitz and Allen on board here. Whoa, that 91 car barely got by. Preston Plard, PJ Williams, and Cody Lamas all stayed out instead of pitting. I think they may be going for some kind of strategy here, but luckily, good news, everybody in that crash walked away. For all the ones that didn't make it to pit road, all of them walked away just barely. But we're hearing that Jake Baskinger and Cavanero, Rich Johnson, a couple of others all reporting some pain, including DJ Curtis. He got his car. He barely got out of his car okay. But man, that was one of the worst. That may have been the worst crash we've had this entire year. It's definitely, oh god, that replay thing was showing for a moment there. But, well, this is a huge calamity. Hopefully we don't get another caution. Once things got sorted out, it was Daniel Day who took the lead here. And surprisingly, in second is Jason Trost, who has been kind of in the top 20 all day long, but he hasn't been showing up in the front at all. He definitely used those lap cars to an advantage here. Whatever Trost did to his car in the pit stops, it's working as this 21 car has caught the leader. Trost has got the fastest car on the racetrack right now as Daniel Day trying to hold them off. Look at Trost, a little bit of a bumper touch there as Trost trying to go to the inside. This 21 car is very strong. I don't know what they did, but it's working. To the lead goes Jason Trost. Not sure if anyone's going to be able to catch him here. Daniel Day goes for the crossover. Even when he does that, Trost is still faster. Jacob Anthony sort of coming up to them. Anthony's sitting in third right now, surprisingly. He got shuffled outside the top 10 on those pit stops. And this number 10 car, he's definitely shown some fight in him in these last few weeks. It's been a good weekend for him in Georgia. Mace also uses lap cars to advantage. He's in fifth, battling with fourth place car Sean Galligan. Both these guys definitely needing this kind of a run this weekend. They're doing a fantastic job as usual. Well, yeah, but Galligan, he definitely is going to start getting some points here. He lost a few at Road Atlanta, and he's definitely going to regain them a little bit after this. James Shelley is surprisingly in 9th place right now in this number 66 car. I don't know how he is, but he's doing a really good job. I guess he uses lap cars to his advantage as well. James Shelley hasn't been in the top 20 at all this weekend. And now he's trying to hold off. Trev Fabrosis in the 9. Fabrosis has been in the bottom 20 in the field this entire race until now. That caution definitely shook things up a little bit. It took out a lot of the top 15 cars. Nico Hall in 8th place as well. We saw him battling for a top 10 spot early in the race, and now he's actually in the top 10 itself by a decent margin. Trevor Brolses and Charles Jackson, they're 9th and 10th. But Nico Hall trying to hold on to a top 10 finish here with a couple of laps to go. So 7 team, they've got to be very, very happy with how they're performing so far, with how they performed today. And if they can just hold on a little while longer, we could be seeing a top 10 5 finish. Laps to go. Jason Trost with a 5-second lead. This 21 team has exploded. They are really, really good. I'm not sure what they did. I guess they must have fixed something with the handling. And now Trost is just flat out murdering the field, working his way through all these lap traffic cars. Alex Allen trying not to go a lap down. He's really trying hard not to go a lap down. This one car team definitely giving everything they got to make sure they stay on the lead lap, but white flag in the air for Jason Trost in the 21. Trost Motorsports has been winless this year. Neither he, Fuller, or Daly have won this year, and neither has Cittadino. An absolutely dominating final 20 laps for this team. No one's going to come close. He could blow up and still win it from here. Off turn number 4. Jason Trost will get his first win of the season, number 10, here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, in a very much needed win.